Well, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Wednesday! Hey, you can't start a Homebrew Wednesday without a homebrew, so I'm going to start it out. This is my version 3 of my Moon Howlin' Yoked. So this is kind of a Blue Moon clone. Had it for a while, but there's a reason why I'm drinking it. So cheers. Alrighty. Well, the reason why I'm drinking this Blue Moon clone is I sent a few beers home with a couple of people that I work with, and the one lady come back and said that her son, who's in the brewery business, really liked my Moon Howlin' Yoked. And he wants me to brew him a 5-gallon batch so he can take it and talk to the brewmaster where he works and see what he thinks. So kind of some cool stuff. Anyway, so more to follow on that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, pretty excited about that. As far as what's been going on, so my Zombie Dust clone, it's downstairs. It's in the secondary now. And I know originally the recipe called for a 3-ounce dry hop of Citra. But I decided, what the fuck. So I dropped, instead of the 3 ounces, I went 5 ounces of Citra. And so it's in the secondary right now, and it looks like a big green monster, but it smells really good. So it's coming along. I've got probably about another 7-8 days on that before I'm actually thinking about doing a tertiary fermentation on that one, just to kind of clear it out a little bit. But we'll see how that comes. I may just put it in a keg. Anyway, so on Saturday I brewed a pale Azacca APA. So I went through and did that, and you know, the brew day went really well. I didn't take much footage, so I'm not going to bore you with it, but the brew day went really well. So that beer, I started out, and it's only going to be about, if I remember right, the recipe showed on Beersmith was 30 IBUs. So I started out with just bittered with Galena, and then Azacca all the way through, and so like a half an ounce at 30 minutes, half an ounce an ounce at 15, and then 2 ounces of flame out. Then it calls for a 2-ounce dry hop after 7-8 days. So it's downstairs too, and it's doing its bubbly thing. I've got probably, what, 3 more days, and I'll transfer that over into secondary, and then I'll dry hop that. So I'm looking forward for those 2 beers. But again, with the Moon Howlin' Yoked, so kind of quickly put together a yeast starter. I used the yeast 1010 on that. And so I put together a yeast starter and got it going. And so I brewed it on Monday. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that. I'm really looking forward to see what the brewmaster says about it. Cheers. So anyway, so yeah, I did some upgrades to my equipment. Not too much, but I ended up taking my HLT and putting a thermometer in it, because I used to have to walk up the little stairs and put a handheld one in there. But my last handheld one I dropped in there, and so it fried it. And I thought, well, it's time. So I went and got a thermometer and put it in the HLT, which makes things nicer. And then I know in a few videos before I talked about those little pumps that I got. In fact, hold on a sec. And so these little pumps, you know, well, minus those, but anyway. So I finally went through and I tested them before and I wasn't really impressed with them. That's why I haven't really messed with them a whole lot. But I went through and I shortened up the hose lengths, and you know, which would be typical. And so I tested it coming out of the mash tun and into my boil kettle, and it kind of whirlpooled, but like I said, I think I had too long a hose on it. So, you know, I had, what, 16 feet of hose? So that's a lot to be pushing with this little of a pump. So during my brew day for the Azaka pail, I went through and actually used them to recirculate my mash, and then to whirlpool at the end of the boil. And so I've got a video of it, you know, some footage of it actually whirlpooling in the mash tun, and it actually did a pretty dang good job. You know, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, but one thing I didn't notice is because I was getting terrible efficiency out of my mash tun. Typically, you know, you want to try and shoot for 72, 75, around there. Well, I was consistently hitting 70 or 68. And so, you know, I tried a bunch of things. I tried the batch sparge thing, kind of got the same. You know, I've been fly sparging for a while now, hoping that would make a difference. I've tried mixing the mash, you know, 20 minutes into the mash of the 60-minute mash, tried mixing it around, then covering it back up, and then opening it back up at 40 minutes and mixing it again and covering it back up, and then fly sparging it. And the best I ever got on that was like 71% efficiency. Well, this little pump and recirculating, I went up a little bit, so I'm happy about that, but I only went up to like 74 is what I got off of that pail, that Azaka pail. Hence the reason, and I talked about it in my last video, of getting a grain mill. So I've got that on hold over at the brew shop right now. I'm probably going to pick that up probably the end of the month. But I think that may be the issue. Anyway, got any thoughts on it? Comment down below. So anyway, I've been talking for like 8 minutes now, so I hope you guys have a happy Homebrew Wednesday. I'll kick off to some footage, and y'all take care. Cheers. I've been wanting to do this for a while. So here is the new thermometer that I'm going to put right there for my HLT. So I'll get to drilling and I'll show you it here in a second. We got the hole drilled. Just kind of cleaned it up with a file. So now we're going to install the thermometer. So we got the water in there. We got the thermometer all attached in there. They come down. No leaks. And it's working. So a little quick review of this little pump. It's on, and it's pretty dang quiet. So I've just got it pumping out of my mash tun and coming through and up and into my boil kettle. As you can see, it's kind of whirlpooling, but I don't know, we'll see how it works. Might have to just scrap it and go get a real pump. So we're mashing in. That thermometer works out pretty good, so we're just going to underlet this. Good smelling mash. Okay, well, I wanted to try this pump and see how it would work for recirculating the mash. So I've just got it coming out of the bottom of the mash tun into the pump, and then back up top to where it's recirculating the wort within the mash. And it seems to be doing pretty dang good, I mean, for a little pump. But we'll see how it does for the efficiency.